Let's see. All right. Right. Edit. Copy. If you're coming in right now, it means that you're probably watching the replay because I haven't posted it live. I haven't posted the link yet. I'm doing it right now. So we'll start here in a couple minutes. Just letting you know. We'll start here in a minute or two. I'm just waiting for this this to load so that I can upload the link. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. Should be in a minute now. Today we're going to be talking about that of shifting reality, shifting to our ideal reality. There we go, it's going. It's going. Insert link. All right. That's one. Cool. Make sure it's working. And then we're going to get started. Get started on here. Let me see. We got someone here. So if you come in right now, if you're here right now, if you just do me one quick favor and say, "Yo, I'm here," let me know. Let me make sure you can hear me okay. I'm gonna put on this this mic now, and let me know if you can hear me. That would be awesome. So we should be going here in a sec. Let me see. There we go. Wait for everyone to come in. So if you're coming in right now, if you could do me a quick favor and say, "Hello, I'm here," and then I'll know, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. So make sure the link is there. So if you're watching this right now, if you can just inside the chat box say hello, let me make sure you're here, and then I'm going to get started. Oh yeah, that's why. Okay, that should help. And okay, we got someone else coming in. Cool. So as you come in, if you could do me a quick favor and just let me know that you're here. Maybe comment, say what up. Let me know in the chat box, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. I think people are coming in right now. It looks like the link is now working, which is great news. So as you're coming in right now, if you could just do me a quick favor, let me know that you can hear me. Comment in the chat box, then I'm going to get started. Today we're going to be talking about how to shift to the reality that you want. There we go. Yeah, now it looks like the link is working well, easy. If for any reason you can't reply, you just have to go to the YouTube app on mobile. It might mean that you're on mobile, and that'll be easier for you to chat. You have to go to the YouTube app for it. So let me see. What up, Brittany? I see you. Awesome. So maybe I'll just post the link inside of actual. Click here to join. I'm going to post this in the Facebook group real quick, and we'll go ahead and get started. Yeah. Cool. Mark has an announcement. Let's see who comes in, and then I'm going to go and get started. It normally just takes 3-4 minutes to get in, so we were doing pretty good today. Okay, we got it as an announcement. Let me see how many people are here. Awesome. What's up, Dee? What's up, Pamela? What's up, Sherry? What's up, Felicia? I see all you here. Could you guys give me and let me know, maybe just push 1 if you guys can hear me okay? The audio lately has been a lot better because I've figured out how to adjust it the right way, so it doesn't have that weird echo that it used to have. So if you can hear me okay, could you just do me a quick favor and push 1, 1. See if Brittany says 1, Felicia says 1, Pamela says 1, Lena, I'm sure we'll say 1. Oh, she said 1. Okay, cool. So, welcome to everyone that's here right now. What I thought we would do is, I've done a couple of the ones on the shift experience, but what I wanted to do today was talk about the energy dynamics behind the reality you want to experience and understanding how to shift to it. And understanding how to shift to it in the easiest way possible. Understanding that you can really give yourself permission right now to feel the emotions of what you want. And we've talked a lot about that before, but it's really simple idea that I'm going to be sharing with you with understanding shift. You know, a lot of the things that are normally the most powerful things that we experience, I would say one of them is understanding the completion process, for example. Understanding that when you process past emotions, those emotions begin to go away. And when you become aware of beliefs, then those beliefs don't have power over you. And these things sound so simple. They sound so simple that it's like, well, it's almost too simple. Like the mind wants to complicate it more. But what I'm going to be sharing with you today is such a simple process that's going to help you to understand how to shift to your dream reality. And it's going to be so simple that your mind might want to make it more complicated. Like, well, no, there's beliefs, there's emotions, there's all these other things I have to do. It's going to be easier to understand. So welcome to everyone that's joining. It looks like we got everyone in here now. We got people in here now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started with this. So first off, how y'all doing today? You guys all doing well? Are you ready to shift into a new level of being, into a shift into your dream reality? And are you and will you set the intention right now to make that shift? That by the end of this Q&A right now, this workshop right now, you give yourself permission to be yourself at a deeper level. You give yourself permission to embody the emotions you want now. You give yourself the ability and the permission to shift to your dream reality, knowing that it already exists. As reality transurfing shows us, all the possible realities that we can imagine already exist. So it's simply about being in the vibrational frequency of it. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Before we do, like I like to do in almost all of the, okay, cool. Now I see the chat coming back up. Okay, cool. Let's do the breath where we take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Right now we're going to connect to each other. Also, what we're going to do is set the intention inside of your heart so that you begin to shift to this reality that you want. Because here's the thing. The dream reality you want to experience, the dream reality itself is a dream. The only thing that is keeping you from experiencing your dream reality is your belief that you can't have it right now. It is your belief that you are not that version of you right now. That's why this is about understanding how reality works. Because reality, when you think it's rigid, when you think it's really solid and heavy, it's hard to change. Like the old school law of attraction way of thinking about it. You want to attract something from over there into here? You want to create your own reality as if you have to create it out of nothing, as if it doesn't already exist? In reality, life is a dream, and things happen very easily. And that's what this workshop is about. It's about shifting to that reality. Giving yourself permission right now. I'm going to be talking about that in a minute. First off, let's take in a deep breath in, a deep breath out right now, and let's connect to our heart center. And what we're going to do is take a deep breath in, deep breath out, put the awareness inside of your heart, set the intention that you shift into more of who you really are, that by the end of this and this point going forward, you're going to feel totally different, totally more integrated to yourself. Set that intention right now. Now, let's put our hands over our heart like this. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take in a deep breath in, deep breath out. You can take a deep breath in and out with me and put the awareness inside of your heart. Let's take a deep breath in. Put it over your heart like this. And allow more of the love energy inside of your heart to fill you up. Allow yourself to feel inside of your heart center. Because right now, as you put the awareness inside of your heart, you are increasing the electromagnetic energy inside of your body, and you will absorb more of the information that I'm going to be sharing with you. So this is something that you can do also periodically throughout the day. I do this in almost all my meditations because it's literally a life transformational type thing. When you put your hands inside of your heart like this, you are integrating more into your being. You are integrating more and feeling the emotions more of who you really are, because we think we're the mind. We're only the mind. We're not just the mind. The balance and the magic happens when we connect our head to our heart. And right now, by putting your hands over your heart, you are already more integrated into who you are. You are already beginning to increase the feeling of love inside of your body. And from this point going forward, you will feel more of that throughout your day. So set the intention right now, once again, that you experience this shift and you live in your dream reality now, knowing that reality is a dream. It is a form of dream. And by the end of this workshop, you will know that. You won't even just know it, you'll feel it. It'll be a combination of everything. Think, feel, know. You will be it. So, let's go ahead now. And I'm going to go ahead and share some of this with you and understanding the power of it. Now, what I'm going to do is just show you this simple little chart right here. It's going to just take me a second or two. So, this is where you are. Dream, reality. So can you guys kind of see this? Maybe, maybe not. Let's see how this works. Or the lighting, we'll see. There's a little bit of a lag, so I'm waiting for a second or two so that I could see. There you go, that's a little better. Yeah. You can kind of see it. You can see it enough. You know what I mean? You can see, so I'll just kind of explain it as well. This is where you are. This is your dream reality. Now, here is everything you're going to learn in a nutshell today. What I'm going to be doing is showing you that where you are in your dream reality, the key to living in your dream reality is understanding that first off, it already exists. First things first, it already exists. Because life itself is a dream. So knowing that the dream reality you want to experience already exists makes it a lot easier because it's not something you have to create from scratch. When you believe that you have to create something from scratch, we create all this resistance. We create this long process, the mind gets involved, and the mind that gets involved is going to tell us all these reasons why we can't have it right now. Now, within your body, you have an energy field around your body and within it, and this energy field has within it the thoughts and the emotions that you carry. Now, the only thing that is keeping you from experiencing your dream reality, don't think of this like, when you think of your dream reality, what you think of your dream reality as is you think of your dream reality as you living on the beach, you being with the perfect lover, you doing and having a certain level of recognition. That's what you think your dream reality is. Your dream reality in actuality is more of a vibration. It is a feeling. Because you don't really want all of those things. You want the emotion those things bring you. If the relationship makes you feel more love, then you want more love. But what if the relationship brought you a lack of love? You wouldn't want it. You want what those things will bring you. You want money? Nope. You don't want the money. You want what the money will give you. If you say, well, no, I want a certain amount of money because it increases my status. Well, then you want the status the money will give you. Everything that you think you want with your dream reality is because you will feel better in the vibrational frequency of it. Now, this is the real key. What keeps you where you currently are is the rules that you have about why you can't feel this vibration right now. You have rules. It says, I can't feel that right now because, well, I don't have that relationship. I can't feel it right now because I don't have that kind of money. I can't feel it right now. All of these rules. These rules are also beliefs. You know how I've said many times our beliefs create our reality? Well, it's the same type of thing. So this is about being aware that with this process, the only thing that keeps you not experiencing your dream reality is your story. It's your story. What story do you have going on in your mind about where you are and where you want to be? Because first off, you have a story about where you are. That story is, when I was young, I was treated this way. My parents think this about me. I've only been able to accomplish X, Y, or Z. Everyone's story is just a reiteration of past reference experience and their thoughts about it. And the story is what keeps us keep on making and creating the same things over and over again, because we all have an autopilot mind that continues to run itself over and over and over again. Now, the key to this is understanding that autopilot mind is just going to remain on autopilot as long as we let it stay, as long as we let the external reality dictate our internal reality. I'll say it one more time. As long as we let the external reality dictate how we feel, we will be dependent to outer circumstance. The key is knowing that everything in your life is internal. Everything. Everything in your life is literally an internal thing that you may have external validation of, external reflection of. The key is growing within yourself, your own personal growth. Many people will say with the law of attraction, I'm not getting results. But they're still thinking. Let me write this down real quick. Think, feel, and act. Think, feel, and act. People are thinking the same that they've always thought. They're feeling the same emotions that they felt yesterday. They're acting the same, and they're taking the same actions that they took the day before. They're going to the same job, talking to the same people, feeling the same emotions, thinking the same thoughts, therefore creating the same thing over and over and over again because it's on autopilot. It's comfortable. It feels really comfortable. Now, you won't experience more of what you want in your life if you remain in the autopilot mind. You at some point have to make a choice. You have to make a choice to stretch outside. Stretch outside of what's currently comfortable. Doesn't mean it has to get scary. It just means that you have to acknowledge that what is comfortable is what is familiar. What is familiar is the same things you've always done repetitiously. And the more you realize that, the more you can break outside of the outer shell. So right now you might be looking at yourself, you might be saying, well, what am I consistently thinking, feeling, and acting? Because those things are keeping you within that reality. Your reality will only be equal to the current thoughts you're having, the current actions you're taking, and the current feelings you're having. It will only be equal to that. If you want to experience more, you have to stretch outside of it. And that means you have to take risks. You have to do things that are uncomfortable. Doesn't mean it has to be negative, but you have to stretch outside, because when you get into the uncertainty, that's where miracles happen. You can't create anything new from an old paradigm. So, this is about a choice. Make the choice right now that I said all of this so that you can understand, yes, I want to shift. But I'm not just talking about shifting to your dream reality from the external. What I am intending to do is to show you that your reality is only internal anyways. It is about getting to the core of the frequency of your dream reality. And that is the question. What is the vibrational frequency of your core, of your reality that you want to experience? Not the external things, the emotions, the values, the belief systems of that version of you. And can you embody it right now in the present moment? Because we all have rules in our mind. It says, I can experience this when X, Y, or Z happens. And we make it a very long process. The key is knowing it does not have to be a long process. You can give yourself permission now to feel this because the emotions exist within you right now. Think about how funny this is. The emotions exist within you right now to feel unconditional love. But what we do is we have a belief in our mind that says, when this guy or this girl starts to think about me in this new way and gives me and reciprocates this love that I have, then this rule, this belief, this rule, then I will give myself that emotion of love. But everything in this reality is a reflection. And there really is only more of you in this reality. This depends on how far down this rabbit hole we go. But understand that the other people, the other versions of you think are separate. They're actually other versions of you. Everything in your reality is internal. It is a reflection of how much you are growing. It is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. So when you say, I will experience, and once I experience X or Y or Z, then I will feel happy, then I will feel this unconditional love, all you're doing is prolonging the love that already exists in your body. That love already exists inside of your body. But you are giving yourself permission once someone external in this dream reality gives you that validation. And then you get this big thought that that love is coming from them. That love never comes from them. You give yourself that love based on the permission that you give yourself on the symbol of that person. People in your life are symbols. And if you like someone, it's because you like the qualities of them. You like what they represent to you. And whatever they represent to you makes you feel good. Because you might see that has a certain lack in your own life. There are people that I'm drawn to in my life because they represent something that I might lack. So I find that I draw myself towards them. Is it that I specifically need them to be happy? Or are they mirroring back something to myself that is showing me something that I can start to give myself more of? Because understand that even the money you think once you experience in your life that you think is going to make you feel amazing, it's just a symbol. That other relationship of your soulmate, your twin flame, whatever you want to call it, it's just a reflection of you. Of you. Everything in your life is a reflection of you. This is a dream reality that we live in. And what I'm doing with you right now is I'm shifting you into lucidity. Lucidity. You are becoming lucid in this dream right now. When do you become lucid in a dream? When you become aware that it's a dream. This is a dream. You're dreaming right now, and I am an alarm clock. I am an alarm clock that is helping you realize who you really are. Helping you to understand that you have been playing a game, and a game that no longer works. And here's the thing, it still works, but it is a game that you no longer prefer to play. It is a game that you can start to up the levels of. When you're playing a video game and you get to a higher level, you have more abilities. Things become easier at higher levels. Right now, I am helping you to become more aware that this is a dream. What do you believe about this dream of life? Do you believe that this dream of life is hard? Do you believe that you have to make things happen? Do you believe that this dream has very unfavorable aspects that you feel victim of? Do you believe that in this dream you are a victim? What do you think about this dream? Because when I ask you this question right now, you are then becoming aware of how you view this whole process. A lot of people don't look at that. They'll look at their beliefs about relationships. They'll look at their beliefs about money. They'll look at their beliefs about health. But what about your beliefs about life? What do you think about life? Because your life, what you think about life is going to be within the lines or within the perception that you experience it. So what I'm doing right now with you is I'm helping you to break apart your belief that life is hard, that life is something that you have to be a victim of. You see, you chose to be here. You might not remember this, but you chose to be a part of this dream right now. We are individually having a dream, and then there's a collective dream that we are dreaming together. We are in this dream together. The reason I call it a dream, because a dream is more malleable and a dream we can influence. We cannot influence something that's solid and heavy and hard and you got to do things. This is what we're doing in our life right now is we are raising our vibration. As you raise your vibration, things become less solid, less carbon, and more crystalline in form. You are so much more than you can imagine. You can give yourself permission right now to feel the emotions you want. You have just been waiting for something on the external to give you validation that you are living your dream reality. Your dream reality is not about the external manifestations. Your dream reality is a vibrational state of consciousness that you can give yourself permission to feel right now. The only thing that is keeping you from feeling this emotion right now is your story by why you can't have it, feel it, or be it. Well, I'm a life coach, but I can't feel the vibration of being an awesome life coach because I don't have 200 clients and this and that and all of these things. That's a story. It's a story you're telling yourself. You are 100% whole and complete. And you can feel unconditional love right now, but you have this story. I saw Disney movies when I was a kid, and in the Disney movie, the princess and the prince and all of this stuff, and this is what I believe. That's a pendulum. That is a thought form that you have bought into. What I'm saying is that story, you don't have to live by it in the same way. I'm not saying you have to be single and your whole life. I'm saying that the more love you give yourself, the more you will shift to that dream reality. The vibration of your dream reality is already here. And the more you say yes to the present moment right now is the more you will experience that reality. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes to this present moment, understanding that everything you experience in your life is you. You might go around thinking everyone in your life is separate. You might go around thinking everyone in their life is just going through their own stuff. And they are. But they are also at the same time connected to you. And this dream reality that we're in right now is about awareness. The more that you become aware this is a dream, the more dream-like your life will be. And the more you understand that you can feel the emotions of this reality right now, the more that will become your reality. It's a vibration. It's a vibration. A vibration is simply a feeling and an understanding of who you are. Now, how do you tap into this vibration? How do you tap into it? I'll tell you. Passion. As cheesy as this sounds, the formula for you experiencing your dream reality is embodying passion. Passion. What do you love to do? What are you most excited to do right now? You see, most people put this on a pedestal. They make this very important. My passion has to be this thing that I do that makes it so that I am what is the one thing I'm going to do my whole entire life that I'm going to add value to that's going to be who I am. Aaron, he knows that it's making videos. It's sharing these ideas. I'm not even saying that you have to go that far. What I'm saying is, what are you most passionate about right now in the present moment? It could be, I want to go to the park with my dog. I'm going to go for a bath. I'm going to go eat some food and call a friend. These are all things that you can do, and by following your passion, you create a thread that will lead you to your dream reality now. That is the thread that will connect you. And this is the thing. It leads to the next best thing, to the next best thing, to the next best thing. It keeps leading you to something better and better and better the more that you follow that passion. That is the key. The key is you tapping into the permission to live this dream reality right now. This shift is about shifting into the present moment, understanding that all the emotions that your dream reality would give you, all those emotions are already within you. You might just have a rule that says to you that once X, Y, or Z happens, then I can feel 100% whole and complete. Once this happens, then this. If then. That's a game. And it is a game based on the autopilot mind. Shift outside of the autopilot mind by being aware of it. When you expand yourself out, you can then see this box. When you're in the box, though, you think it's the way reality is. You have an infinite potential. That's not just a little metaphor. You as a soul are an infinite being that is expressing through this dreamlike body that feels real because you have the five senses. But understand that anything that you think is a limitation is only there because of some type of past prior reference experience. You think it's there because of some past experience. You say, oh, well, I can only accomplish this because I've only seen someone else accomplish this before. This is all I can do. This is who I am. All of these different things. The key is letting go of that, thinking that you need to accomplish all of that or be a certain way in order to experience it. You can feel the emotions now. You think, I am here, I want to get here. The only thing that is holding you back is the story that you are telling yourself now. You're telling yourself a story. And that story might serve you because it might keep you in the same way that is comfortable. Is your story serving you? Your story about where you are, about how people treat you, it might be keeping you comfortable because it's keeping you in a certain thought bubble, in a certain little reality. But what I'm saying is you can stretch outside. And when you stretch outside, you start to become more lucid. You start to become more alive. Most people are just like zombies. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying go look out into society and look at most people, especially people that aren't even open to this kind of information. Like, no, reality is the way it is. What are you talking about? Look at science. Look at this. Look at that. They're too logical. And by being that way, they create so much solidity in their lives. The key is understanding that right now you can give yourself permission to feel the emotions that you'd feel here now by knowing the emotions are already within you. If you focus for a certain period of time on something you feel grateful for, you will begin to raise your vibration. And think about the energy of your dream reality. For a minute, let's play that game. You look at your dream reality. What is on the external that you notice? Maybe it's a house, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a certain car, certain type of lifestyle, certain level of money. All those things are outer manifestations. Nothing wrong with them. It's okay to have goals. I'm not saying to completely drop the goals. I'm just saying that right now, understanding that we are shifting through many parallel realities in this dream, you can feel the emotions of this right now by giving yourself permission to do it. By looking at the qualities of that version of you. Look at that version of you. Look at the version of you in your dream reality right now. You use your imagination to connect to this. What are the emotions of that version of you? What are the qualities of that version of you? What are the values of that version of you? What do you value? Do you value freedom, security, compassion, love? What do you value? What is most important to you as that version of you? I'm going to go ahead and engage for a minute. And let me see. You guys write down or type in the best dream version of you. What are the values, the qualities, and the emotions of that version of you? Let me see. So for me, for example, I imagine the version of me that's traveling the world, doing seminars, something I'll be doing very soon, in the next couple months. And when I imagine it, I imagine the qualities of that version of me. The qualities would be, I'm very compassionate. When I talk to people, I look them in the eye, I feel very connected to them. I'm very expressive and I'm able to be myself. There's this quality of authenticity, of high vibration, of passion. Those are all emotions. So right now, what I'd like to ask you all to do is, could you do me a favor, and in this, could you type in the qualities and the values of that version of you? Not necessarily just the outer circumstance of the car, the money, the house, all of that stuff. Instead, let me see that of the quality and the values of it. I'm going to wait for some people to type that in. Let me see. Confidence, peace of mind. There we go. Those are good. In my dream reality, I imagine myself making videos, blog posts, and writing financial stories in many mediums. My values are that I feel freedom. Great. Yes, starting to get into the values. Pure confidence within myself. That's great. See, that's the key. The key to this process is looking at the qualities and the emotions and seeing how you can feel those emotions right now. So, Sherry D, Alina, knowing I'll be taken care of. Yes. When you look at this, what you can do is see ways that you can feel those emotions right now. The confidence that you feel, Sherry, you can feel that confidence right now by focusing on things you've already done, which is kind of in the story, but you could focus on what you've already accomplished. You can focus on what you know you can do, a confident state of being, maybe a body language that's confident. You can feel that emotion now. Peace of mind, D, you said peace of mind. You can feel peace of mind now by meditation, by observing your thoughts, by going for a walk at the park, by walking barefoot on grass, by drinking water, being present while you do it. Just simple things. You can become peaceful in that way. Compassion, awesome. Compassion, passion, fulfillment, connection. So what you could do is you could focus on the connection you already have with people in your life. You could focus on the love that you have for other people, the gratitude that you have for certain people in your life. And by focusing on those things, you then start to feel that emotion within you. Sherry said abundance in life. So you could look at what are you already abundant in. Maybe you're abundant with certain type of finances that just came into your life. Maybe you're abundant with love and relationships. You're abundant in something. Focus on what you're abundant with, and you start to focus on what you have more of, on what you have, and then you start to attract more of it because you're in the vibrational frequency. We get a reflection in our life of our vibrational frequency. It's just that we keep where we are in place with the story and the rules and the vibrational complications we make things. You see how simple this is? This is just literally just about tapping into those emotions right now and then feeling them. Pamela said, how do you feel emotions without giving too much importance? By just knowing that emotions just are. There's no need to put, it's just knowing what they are. There's a rule in the mind that's saying that emotions are this or that. They just are. They're just a neutral idea. Look at the neutrality of things. Everything is a neutral idea. We like to think of emotions on this scale going up and down. And I've shared hundreds of YouTube videos with this scale of consciousness in it. Emotions are actually more like this. They're not really good, but they just are. Yes, some don't feel as good as others, but we'll go through phases in our life when we verge through some of these, and then we'll go on the other sides, and then we'll go through them. But we have this patriarchal, this way of looking at it, like everything is stacked up, and it's like, oh, I don't want to dip down to there again. Think of it more like this than like this. And by thinking of it like this, there's not really good or bad, there just is. If you're feeling shame, fear, or guilt, just be aware of it, and then choose to let it go. You see, that's the key. The key is just knowing it is what it is. And then there's no importance, because importance is something you have to put on a pedestal, but there's no pedestal because we're going like it like this. It just is. It's a neutral idea. making others' lives easier. You could focus on the value that you can provide people in your immediate circle, just giving love and then being love and also giving that to yourself. Yeah, that's awesome. Being happy and positive around my workmate and patients. Exactly. That's awesome, Kushla. So you could do that now, you know. That's the dream reality, plus that's what you can feel now. And by doing so, your energy becomes more contagious and things in your life begin to change in a powerful way. So this is about knowing that this is the key. What story do you have inside of your mind that is holding you back from experiencing what you want? Now let's do a powerful exercise right now. This is something I just felt like guided of doing. Right now we're going to do a little exercise. It's not going to be a total meditation. We're going to bring the awareness back into our heart center. We're going to imagine our story and our beliefs. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick little meditation / exercise. And what we're going to do is we're going to let go of our old story. We're going to let go of it. And we're going to allow ourselves to shift into this new vibrational state. Now, here's what we're going to do. So imagine right now, let's put our hands over our heart again. I want you just to breathe in your heart for a second or two. Let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Breathe it out. Feel your body relax more and more. And you can put your hands into your heart and feel that increase energy inside of your heart. Now imagine that that vibration in your heart is increasing more and more. Now imagine right now and set the intention that you let go of your old story. That this exercise right now is going to let you let go of all the pain of your old story, of all the things that no longer serve. Now what you can do is put your hands like this. Look inside of your hands right now, in front of your heart space. Now right now, imagine your story being condensed into a ball of energy. A little ball of energy, any color that you like, inside of your hands. Imagine your story about your past that you constantly tell yourself. Your story about why you are where you are. Your story about why you are only able to attract a certain amount of money. Your story with your beliefs in it about how reality works. Your story about how you relate to other people. Anything that is not serving you with your story, imagine yourself putting it inside of this ball of energy right now. Now, imagine that you keep pouring more of your old story into your hands, into this ball of energy, of this story that no longer serves you. It's your old story about what you're able to accomplish, about your childhood, how you relate to your friends and family, your relationship with people, how money comes into your life. Look at all of it in your hands right now. See it. And see this little orb that is full of that old story. Now, make the conscious choice right now, and first off, become at peace with it. Look at it because it served you. Even if it served you for just making you feel in familiar thoughts, it helped you to reestablish your old self-image, it served you. Even the pain from your past, it served you in some level because you learned from it. So, as you look at it, become at peace with it. Become at peace with it and thank it. Thank it for showing you more of who you are. Thank it for what it has allowed you to learn. Thank it. Say thank you. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is to take it. Now that you've thanked it, it is now free to go. And make the choice right now to let go of your old story that no longer serves you. And when you let it go, put it up like this, almost like you're letting go of doves or something. Bring it up like this and imagine it floating up to the center of the universe and being transmuted into love and light. And watch it as it goes up, And I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. And as I count, you see your old story being taken away further and further away from you. Just look up. And 5, as you look up right now, you notice it's drifting off. You can see your story. You can see the patterns and everything that you dealt with. 4, starting to drift away further and further. 3, feeling it now that it's starting to get to where you can barely feel it anymore. 2, as you look, it is harder and harder to see. 1, as you look out, you see that it is completely out of your sight. That old story that you told yourself is gone. It is no longer who you are. And now you understand you are who you choose to be. From this moment going forward, you will feel like a completely different person, because if old things happen from the old story you had, you realize it for what it is. You see that it's not who you are anymore. And you allow yourself to then let it be there and then to be who you really are. This is a reminder of who you really are. And from this point going forward, you will never be the same again, because you are now aware of when you are living your old story and you've created a pattern to where you can shift into how you prefer to be. Remember, shifting into how you prefer to be is simply about following your passion. It's about following your passion and developing and living in the vibrational qualities of that reality. As you do that, the paradox is then that dream reality will manifest. You will get the relationship. You will have the nice car, family, or the house, or whatever it is. That will come, but it's about vibrational resonance with your passion, because the passion is the thread to who you really are. So, this is the key. The key is to realize that shifting into the reality you want, that reality already exists. The only thing holding you back is the story that you tell yourself about why you can't have it now. You don't have to have all of these stories. I had stories when I first started YouTube videos. How am I qualified to make YouTube videos? I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that, or whatever it is. I had all these rules in my mind. I said, you know what? I'm going to let go of that story. I'm just going to start making YouTube videos. And then things grew. It's about letting go of the story. Let it go. Allow yourself right now to feel the emotions, knowing the emotions are already in you. You want to feel love from a relationship? The love is already inside of you. It's just that you're given a symbol. Anyone else in your life is a symbol of the qualities that they represent. Someone else comes in your life, oh, they love me. I feel validated. You think that love is coming from them. That love is coming from you. It's just that they're doing something on the external reality that gives you permission to feel it within you now. So, start realizing that you generate all that emotion anyways. You can fill up your own cup. What is your beliefs about reality itself? Because your beliefs about reality itself is what's controlling your reality. Do you believe that life is fluid? Do you believe that things happen easily? Or do you believe that things have to be so hard? So, now, what I'm going to do is for another couple minutes before we end today, I'm going to answer some questions. So you guys have questions? What's up, Emma? I see you in here. I have a question for you. How do you keep present? How do you keep present from moment to moment? You just remind yourself over and over again when you catch yourself going into the autopilot mind. You start thinking about something else, you bring it back to the present moment by bringing the awareness into your body instead of in the head. When we're not present, we're in our head. We're identifying with our thoughts, thinking our thoughts are who we are. When we observe our thoughts, we become more present. Doesn't mean we analyze them and judge them. It just means we become aware of them. One of the biggest things that I do to be present is I simply bring the awareness from in my head and into my body. So I bring the sensation into my sense perceptions, into my hands, into my feet, into my heart. And by doing that, I start to feel more present. I start to get out of the majority of the head. So the key is to just put the awareness there. So let me see any questions. You guys have questions? I'll answer some questions before we go today. Answer a couple more. It can be about this, or it can be about whatever, but in general, you keep it close to the shift or whatever we're talking about, that's cool too, so it's totally up to you. So, let me see some questions. Cool. Break the mainstream thinking. Yes, a lot of the thoughts that we think are our own. Remember as well, there's an energy field that goes around the planet, just like there's an energy field around our body. And we think we're having our own thoughts, but there's this accumulated energy of all these thought pendulums going around. And then we go somewhere like, oh yeah, I'm angry about that political decision that the president made or whatever. And we think it's our own. And so you may resonate with it, but it's just a thought that you've picked up on that you've then aligned with and then felt the emotion of it. So do you choose it? Do you choose the negative emotions? Probably not. And what you can choose to do is to choose to let it go. My 18th birthday was great, Emma. Thank you for asking. My 18th birthday was last week, or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, let me see if there's any questions. Any questions? If not, I think we're good. I think we covered a lot of stuff today, so that's cool too. But if there's any questions, I'll answer a couple before I leave. Yeah, so basically what I've been realizing lately is that to grow in life in general, the more personal growth you go through, the more you are rewarded by the universe in a way. I wanted originally the classic story that I've always told about the whole, start on YouTube, start making videos and all that stuff. I had to become more than I currently was at the time. At the time, I was just working a 9-to-5 job. But I had to personally grow and grow my discipline, my willpower, to get to that level. So it's growth. Don't go for shortcuts when it comes to the law of attraction. Shortcuts are going for the side effect. It's like, I want to attract $10,000. Okay, but how about instead you develop a mentality? It's like somebody saying, well, I want to go on a diet. I'm going to go on a diet for 3 weeks. Okay, you go on a diet for 3 weeks, but that's it. What if you made a new lifestyle change that affected every single area of your life? So instead of going for like, I want to attract a certain type of money in the next month, how about you attract a certain type of money as a part of who you are? That's why it's better to focus on who you have become, which goes beyond just the little ego structure that we have and into a new way of being. So if you're experiencing stagnation in your life, you might have to push yourself to grow more by choosing to do what is currently uncomfortable, which means unfamiliar. Doesn't mean it has to be hard. It's about working hard or anything. This is about just being aware of where you are to where you want to be, giving yourself permission to feel those emotions now, and then at the same time to understand those emotions already exist inside of you. But you can allow it to be easier by changing your beliefs about it. So I'm going to answer a couple questions real quick. Does it matter how long you keep doing a certain meditation? It doesn't. People ask me all the time, there's so many meditations, which one do I do? Do the ones that resonate with you as long as you feel like it resonates, and then move on to the next one. If you have a certain intention to change your self-image, maybe listen to that one for 21 days. If you have the intention to feel more and complete the past, listen to that for 21 days. You see, it's up to you. But as you do that, you'll find that you are able to let go of layers of things that don't serve you anymore. And you'll find that then you get guided to go on to the next one. Maybe you let go of beliefs, and you're like, okay, now I want to let go of the patterns of the emotions of the past. Then you're like, okay, now I want to change my self-image. Just go with what resonates with you. In the book, it says not to make it important, but to not be indifferent about it. I'm not sure what it means. I'm not sure what that means either. It means to not make it important. Just to think of it as natural. Think of it as natural. It's not important, but it still might be relevant, but it's just natural. It's a part of who you are. It's equal to your current self-image. When something is important, it's saying that our current self-image isn't linked up to that reality yet. If I imagine a reality where I'm like traveling the world and like speaking in all these different countries, like I already feel like I feel like I'm so close to that. I just have to do it. That's all I have to do. However, if I put it on a pedestal and made it very important, I would be vibrationally telling myself that my self-image isn't up there yet. So it would be on a pedestal. So the key to that is seeing it and linking it up to my current self-image, knowing, yeah, that's my reality. I'm already doing live Q&As. I'm already doing things on social media with just that amount of people. It's just now I'm doing it in person. You see? So I'm able to rationalize it and see it as natural in my own mind, which takes away that charge. How do you pinpoint the events that shape the thinking? Month 8, you said the shadow work meditation, but I have a hard time finding just one thing to work out. Set the intention to find out what the one thing could be. Set the intention to pinpoint the events that shape the thinking. This is all within you. This is all within you. It's just about trusting yourself and asking yourself and setting the intention. What is the belief I want to let go of today? I want to let go of my belief that I'm not worthy. Okay, then focus on that. And then maybe 2 weeks later, you're like, what is the belief I want to work on now? It's the belief in confidence. Okay, let me do that. Do the completion process. You see something from the past that's been holding you back, and you become aware of it. So it's about setting the intention and then seeing what comes up, because your intuition and your mind will work together to tell you what that is. Your memory will just start coming up with things. I don't know if I told you guys, but when I was in Costa Rica, I had this experience when I was on the plant medicine one night, and it was a shadow work type thing. And I became aware of when I was 5 to 7 years old. Every time I came home from my mom's house to my dad's house, because my parents were divorced, my dad would have an action figure on my bed. And the action figure was there every time I came back. And it was like I was excited to see the action figure. And I asked him why. He'd say, oh, just because I love you, you know. After a year or two, he stopped doing that with the action figure. And when he stopped doing it, I thought I had a vision of myself going into my room and coming home and then seeing that the action figure wasn't there. When it wasn't there, I interpreted that meant that he no longer loved me, that he didn't validate me, and I felt lack. I never knew that until I did this shadow work type stuff, which is why you have these meditations with the completing the process meditation that will show you that memory of what that is. And when you become aware of it, then it makes it so much easier for you, because then you know what you can let go of. But set the intention to find out what that is. I set the intention to find out why I'd feel some sort of lack in my life. And that translated to lack of abundance. It translated to so many different ways, because your parents, in a way, it's like your relationship with life itself, because you, when you're a kid, put all your eggs in your parents' baskets. You think your parents make who you are. It's about being aware of it. It seems like it doesn't matter, but I know there's a lot holding me back. Yes, and it could also be a belief that you have that a lot is holding you back as well. Set the intention, you become aware of what that is, of maybe why you think it has to be hard, and you'll start to let that go. So, yes, intent. Intent is the key, Sherry. Set the intent. As you set the intent, you'll become more aware of what that is. Set the intent to find out what the beliefs are that have holding you back. And as you set all those intentions, you will start to find evidence of whatever that is. Emma said, how do you create your meditations? Do you channel them? Yeah, I just completely, like when I make them, there's no script. Sometimes I'll know a general idea of what the meditations will be about. So I'll be like that, what we just did with the meditation we just did here with like the letting go of the orb thing, that I didn't know I was going to do that before I started this. It just naturally came to me. When I get into this state, it just comes through. When I make meditations, I have a general idea. Like for some of the parallel reality meditations, I knew it was going to like walk through a door. But as I start the meditation, it just kind of starts. I don't even know how to explain it. It's pretty much like channeling. Channeling a higher vibration that like comes through, and that's why I think people are like, oh, they like my meditations. It's because it's not really me, you know. I'm saying it, but it's a larger stream of energy that I think people are connecting to that they really like. So, what was the exact moment that you realized you needed? Elena said, it was the exact moment you realized you needed to make a change within yourself before starting your YouTube channel. What was going on in your heart and mind? I was walking around my house, and I was really wondering why I wasn't where I wanted to be. I always thought like there was a mentor that was going to put me on. Somebody was going to like make me big and like make me, you know, like be a speaker for a living. And I remember it was just a realization. It was me connecting to my future self was really what it is. I thought, in 1 year from now, what is the one thing that I could do every day that would change my life the most? And it was, in a way, I was connecting to my future self. And that message that came back to me was a very strong intuitional, make a video a day. It's a lot of work. I was working 40 hours a week at a job I didn't really care about. I was busy. I was then busy from that point going forward. However, within 3 to 6 months, I quit my job. It was within 3 months I started to grow, and I could have, but I waited longer. I quit in August when I started going daily in February. So it was a realization of me connecting to my future self. So if you want to do that, what I recommend you do is you listen to the parallel reality meditation. You imagine the best possible version of you. You understand that the reality you want to experience already exists, and connect that bridge to that reality. Connect that bridge by imagining what that version of you would tell you. What would that version of you tell you? Maybe I'll make a meditation about that, of you actually talking to your future version of you, the future parallel reality version that's pulling it and giving you information from that reality. Maybe I'll do a meditation. If so, let me know in the group. Let me know, and I will make something like that. Other than that, I want to thank everyone for being here today. Let me know what you thought of today's video. I know we were, you know, it was the training and then the interaction. Let me know what you thought of the format, of what the concept of shifting to your ideal reality. I want to say, yes, the more shadow work you guys do, you'll find your lives being changed in a powerful way. Go to the YouTube video on the 100% whole and complete meditation. I think that's the most powerful one that I've made. And I think it will change your life if you listen to it consistently for 21 days. So with that being said, once again, I want to thank you all for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Peace, much love, and namaste.